Welcome to Thoroughbred Action at Gulfstream Park. Brian Natta with you on a very strong 11-race Saturday card. The feature today, the Mo Green race number 10 on the main track, and of course the Rainbow 6 kicking off in race number 6, 250 in the estimated jackpot. We'll send it upstairs to track announcer Pete Aiello for the course and the weather conditions.
The weather, partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the low 80s. It's a beautiful spring day. The main track is fast. The Tapeta track is fast. The turf course is firm. Race 1 on turf, a field of 9. There are no changes. And we're racing at Gulfstream. Good start for the favorite, ready to battle from between horses, reaching out for some early position. Reading Time has speed, splitting them. American Dreammaker won't be far away. Game Changer Jolie is on the far outside. Seeking by the Storm is off the speed, racing in front of Wahoo, who's at the rail. On the outside, it's What a Knockout, and from between them, Annie Goodbody. The early trailer is Magnetic Beach. In the run to the first turn at even money, Ready to Battle and Miguel Vasquez have the lead by almost a length. Headstrong behind her, American Dreammaker in the two-path. Game Changer Jolie, 3 wide. Seeking by the Storm is on the move. From 5th, it's Reading Time. It's a length and a half to Wahoo, who races together with What a Knockout and Annie Goodbody. The trailer remains Magnetic Beach. 23-2 for the opening quarter, less than 5 furlongs to run. They're chasing Ready to Battle, who's on top 3 parts of a length. 3 wide, Seeking by the Storm. In the middle, it's Game Changer Jolie. Camacho pondering a course of action for American Dreammaker. She's drafting behind the leader at this stage. Then back to Reading Time. Pink colors 4 lengths behind. Wahoo is next. Outside of her goes What a Knockout. In between horses, Annie Goodbody, and Magnetic Beach is still the trailer. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn, 3/8 of a mile away. Up front, Ready to Battle has the lead. If there's a danger, it might be American Dreammaker, but she's stymied in traffic. Meanwhile, Reading Time getting started. Camacho's got room now. American Dreammaker off cover to go after the favorite. Wahoo followed her through, and Reading Time's on the outside. They're 1/8 of a mile from home. Off a great trip, American Dreammaker is front and center, striding clear at 3-1. American Dreammaker is in front. Handled nicely by Sammy Camacho, and 2 lengths better than Ready to Battle second. Close third, Magnetic Beach charging hard with Wahoo and Reading Time at 141-3. They're off. My Foolish Notion gets the first call. Up on the outside, Wine Money forwardly positioned. In between horses, it's Uncle Zeb on the march. These 3 are quickest. The favorites come away 4th and 5th with a ground-saving Swamp Fox just ahead of Globecrest, who looks to angle over. The 2 at the back are Longshots Secret Power and One Bid. Around the first turn they race, and on the far outside, Wine Money is up to Badger for the lead. In fact, take the lead from My Foolish Notion, who's back to second. Uncle Zeb gets out of there. He's racing in third, engaged for that spot by Swamp Fox, who moved to the outside. 2.5 better than Globecrest, who's racing in fifth behind a pretty quick early pace, as the opening quarter was 23-4. The 2 at the back are Secret Power and One Bid. Past the 5/8 en route to the half-mile point. My Foolish Notion with the yellow blinkers in front narrowly. Wine Money right alongside in second. Into the clear and on the muscle, it's Swamp Fox into third. 2 back to Uncle Zeb. On his outside, it's Globecrest. Another length and a half to Secret Power with One Bid at the rail. They went the half in 47-4. These aren't slow fractions. They round the far turn. Wine Money and My Foolish Notion continue to spar. Patient third is Swamp Fox. Globecrest driven up. He's not gaining much yet. Back to the outside, it's Secret Power as they run to the top of the stretch. The favorites better get a move on here. The one moving better of the 2 favorites is Swamp Fox. Globecrest doing no much running at all right now as they straighten for the drive. Up front, My Foolish Notion, Wine Money continue to spar. Camacho asks Swamp Fox to finish up. He's down the the center trying to get to the top two. From the far outside, Secret Power, they're a 16th from home. It's Swamp Fox finally rising to the occasion. My Foolish Notion tries to turn him back. Globe Crest and Secret Power are next. Camacho sweeps the double. Swamp Fox in front. At a big price, Secret Power is up for second. Close after that in 141 and 4.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
And they're off. The favorite Sluty Princess was quick to begin. On her outside, Divine Blue has something to say about it. Moving out the rail, Brat Girl's in a bit tight with Frosty Belle tightening her up. So Brat Girl going to get shuffled to last as Cuddle the Kitten is up and around rivals. The pace slows noticeably around the first turn. Rajiv Mirage sends Cuddle the Kitten to the top, and she leads now by almost 2. Headstrong Imperia Blue fighting the Juarez rating in second. Out wide on the course, it's Imperia Blue, with Divine Blue now a joint second, and Sluty Princess is moving up. At the rail, it's Frosty Belle, and Brat Girl is last of all behind a very slow opening quarter of just 25 and 2. Less than 5 furlongs to run in the race, and the leader is Cuddle the Kitten, but only narrowly. 3 wide, Sluty Princess, and in between horses, Divine Blue. Imperia Blue is in the blue. She's racing up the outside. Brat Girl's in the purple, and Frosty Belle is the gray. They went to half in 49 and 1. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Cuddle the Kitten has the lead. Divine Blue is second. 3 wide, Sluty Princess third. Racing behind them, it's Brat Girl and Imperia Blue, both starting to queue up with a run, 4th and 5th. The trailer is Frosty Belle. They speed around the far turn and move to the top of the stretch. Sluty Princess has the lead. Up between horses, Brat Girl, and on her outside, Imperia Blue. Divine Blue calls it a day. They're off the turn. They're in the stretch drive. The favorites in front with work to do. Sluty Princess wheels for home a length and a half better than Imperia Blue, who runs at her from the outside second. 2 back to Brat Girl third. A 16th remains, and Sluty Princess trying to get home. Imperia Blue continues to run at her, but time has run out. Sluty Princess digs and holds. Sluty Princess by a length and a half. Imperia Blue second. Brat Girl ran third. Divine Blue fourth. Then Cuddle the Kitten in 142 and 1. And they're off. Not good starts for Rasinikov and Ambassador Blue. Excellent start from the rail for Red Hot, Not Bothered, who fires to the early lead. Up on the outside, Fighting the Wards takes second from Eminent Power. He's in early third and angling over. Rafa Jr. is out in the center, then back to the rail. Valentine. On his outside goes Evil Empire. It's a length and a half to the inside and Ambassador Blue, and the trailer is Raskalinov as they move into the far turn. Red Hot, Not Bothered. He has the lead and rounds the turn on top by half a length. Fighting the Wars is alongside the leader in second. 5 ahead of Eminent Power, who's now third. Red Hot, Not Bothered, still rolling as they reach the top of the stretch. Fighting the Wars is now asked to quicken. He's not doing it just yet. 5 ahead of Eminent Power, third. They're off the turn. They're in the stretch drive. It's Red Hot, Not Bothered, who wheels for home, 2.5 on top. Racing second is Fighting the Wars. A late run from Ambassador Blue. He's finishing up nicely, but time ticking away. Red Hot, Not Bothered on a 3-length lead. Rolling Ambassador Blue. Ambassador Blue trying to get to the outside of the leader, and here he comes, Ambassador Blue! How about that for a late kick? Ambassador Blue ran down Red Hot Not Bothered in 103-2. And they're off. Good start for Araucano. Good start for Lobo Go. In the middle of them, it's Western Shaft going to head off both of them, and Western Shaft shoves the neck in front. Now second Lobo Go out of their third. Araucano Sweet Lazarus is next. The gray is G Speedy. Back from there, Kazuza, he's in the green. He's in front of Migratory. And if you're looking for Jimbo Bailey, the big favorite, you'll find him last of all here behind a pretty spirited early tempo, but he's a long way off the leader. They pass the half-mile marker and move to the far turn at 17-1. Western Shaft by almost a length. Lobo goes second, Araucano third. On the outside, Sweet Lazarus toward the rail, G Speedy. Then it's Kazuza. Call it together 4 lengths to Jimbo Bailey with Migratory at the back. 22-2 for the opening quarters. They speed to the top of the stretch. They have Yolber Torres and Western Shaft to catch. Western Shaft to the top of the stretch, leads by 2.5. From the outside, Kazuza circling horses 3 wide to try to go get him. Jimbo Bailey fanned out past the center of the racetrack. They move to the top of the stretch. They move by a half and 45-3. They're on their way home. Western Shaft by a length and a half. Kazuza gaining on him with every stride. Back to third, G Speedy and Lobo Go. Yards to go. Kazuza's reaching Western Shaft close to home. It's Kazuza who hits the front at the wire. Kazuza and Joe Bravo to win it. Western Shaft stayed for second. G Speedy is third. Lobo Go fourth. Then Jimbo Bailey. 118 flat. And they're off. Good start for Rafaru, who heads off for the early lead. Challenged now by Hillbilly Bob, and these two get acquainted. Hillbilly Bob will take the early lead. Peppermint Man moves up on his outside. Rafaru will settle in third. Human Desire looking to work over to the inside from the outside draw. He's racing in fourth from a headstrong Cognoscente. The early trailer is Wittingly. In the run to the first turn, it's Peppermint Man and Hillbilly Bob locked up in battle, their heads apart for the lead. Two-back Rafaru getting a sweet trip in third, followed fourth by race favorite Human Desire. Cognoscente's in the pink cap toward the rail, and Wittingly's on his outside. The quarter time was 23-1. They have just less than 6 furlongs to run in the race, and they have Peppermint Man as the target, as he now leads by a length over Hillbilly Bob in second. Diego Herrera and Rafaru third at the outside. Now they angle off the inside, so does Hillbilly Bob. And Human Desire bides time. Blue Cap racing in fourth ahead of Wittingly, and Cognoscente's at the back. They went to half in 47 seconds flat. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. It's Peppermint Man in front. Hillbilly Bob second, Rafaru third. Human Desire fourth and asked to do some work now. On his outside, Wittingly. Cognoscente coaxed along at the back as they speed around the far turn, 5/16 from home. It's Peppermint Man in front. From the outside, white blinkers, Human Desire. Rafaru looks for a way through at the inside. Far outside, it's Wittingly. They fan right across the course here, and they straighten away for their run to the wire. Rafaru closing now. On the outside of him, it's Human Desire, but Rafaru gets the jump. Rafaru by a length now. Outside, Human Desire second, but he's not gaining any ground on Rafaru, and Rafaru is a 4-1 winner. Human Desire is second. Wittingly ran third. Cognoscente fourth, then Peppermint Man and Hillbilly Bob.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
And thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter, you've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
And they're off. The favorite, Ace from Space, away very well from the center, reaching out for the early advantage. Up on the outside, Azam is now second. Lost Money's in the red cap. Argentaire looking for some place to go. Up on the inside, it's Kings Wear Crowns. Max Score won't be far away. And emerging between horses is the Pulse. So as they run out of the chute, they're almost three in line here. From between horses, it's Max Score. Down at the inside, Kings Wear Crowns. Out in the center of the racetrack is Zom. They're 1, 2, 3. Fourth is Oso de Oro. Back to fifth is Ace from Space. It's a length and a half to Noble Heritage in front of Working Class Kid. Then Lost Money. Ridden along is Argentaire. He's not responding early on in here. The Pulse is improving through traffic as they make their way past the opening half-mile marker. The advantage has been a contested one, and out three wide is Zom. In the middle, it's Max Score. Along the rail, Kings Wear Crowns. They're locked up heads apart now. Moving up on the outside into third is Oso de Oro. Into the clear and running home is Noble Heritage. He's into fourth. I'm looking for favorites. I don't see any. Ace from Space is in the yellow colors. Lost Money was poised to strike, but he's dropped back while trying to rebid. The Pulse is underway. Argentaire takes no role in this as they reach the top of the stretch. With the advantage, Oso de Oro coming after Azam for the top-end spot. Trying to run home from the back. The Pulse is underway. Grandstand side. Lost Money's on his back as they come past the eighth pole. The leader is Azam. He takes over again for Reyes. Two on top. From the outside, the Pulse is trying to get into second. Noble Heritage is next as they come for the wire. Azam hasn't won. Azam to win by two. The Pulse is second. Noble Heritage ran third. Oso de Oro fourth. Then fifth was Lost Money ahead of Ace from Space. They're off. La Cantera was away quickly from an inside gate, reaching out for some forward position. Here's Torino moving up in the center. On the far outside, Bertrill won't be far away. Mom's Martini's the gray, alongside Starship Melody in the orange. Pretty Lavish is taking stronghold to the bid, and Herrera's trying to figure out where to go. He's going to be very wide, it looks like. A length and a half in front of Lady Cha-Cha. She's racing together with Altamira Sir. North End Lady is the trailer. Pretty easy lead for closing favorite Torino, 23-1 for the opening quarter. That's why it's an easy lead. That's a pretty energetic early pace. Bertrill is second, La Cantera third, Starship Melody is fourth. Up to the inside, it's Mom's Martini. Then it's Pretty Lavish, who races on the outside, about 8 lengths off the lead. In front of Altamira Sir and Lady Cha-Cha. As they make their way down the backstretch, they're strung out over a ton of ground here. The opening quarter was 23-1, but they're en route to the half-mile point with Torino isolated up front. Husbands lays down the challenge to the rest of the horses as Torino has now a 9-length lead. At the rail, Camacho moves La Cantera into striking position from second, passing Bertrill, who's now third. Pretty Lavish has had a tough run. Up on the outside, North End Lady begins to progress, just ahead of her Mom's Martini and Starship Melody as they reach the top of the stretch. Familiar rivals La Cantera and Torino. You'd have to think La Cantera with the fresher legs, but Torino's still under a grip. Off the turn in the stretch drive, La Cantera asked the question by Camacho, tries to reach Torino, who went awfully quick. Eighth of a mile to go. Torino's got more here. Husband's called on for Torino, and she gave him what she needs. It's Torino, a much the best winner. La Cantera had dead aim but was outgunned late, while second. Altamira Sir was third. Mom's Martini fourth. They're off and running. From the center, the gray Light Fury gets the first call and tries to establish the pace, but Bless America has something to say about that, and these two will trade punches in the run to the first turn. On the far outside, Roscoe Pine away in the top light just to his inside, back on the Chain Gang. He's an in-hand third. A gap of 2 more to Hot Take Jake, who's been guided over to the inside from his outside starting position. Corte Fuego just went by Winooski. At the rail goes Never Say Never in front of Bay of Bengal. He was near the lead last time, and now he's only ahead of 2 in the early stages as Honesto and Rock the Stars bring up the back of the field as Light Fury is in front. Light Fury trying to get back on form. He leads by a length, back on the Chain Gang. He's now second. Bless America is there third. Up to the outside, Roscoe Pine is fourth. A covered up Hot Take Jake is racing from fifth. Outside, Corte Fuego. He's in the red and blue colors. He's about 7 lengths off the lead. Then it's back to Winooski. Honesto's in the pink. He's on the far outside on an improve. And at the back are Rock the Stars and Bay of Bengal. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. They went 47-2 for a testing half mile. From the far outside, here come moves from Corte Fuego and Honesto trying to reach Light Fury, who's trying to brave it up. At the inside, it's Bless America through 3/4 in 1:11-1. It's Eric Consell and the veteran Light Fury who turn in on top. Second is Bless America from the outside, Honesto from the inside, Hot Take Jake. They're an 1/8 of a mile from home, and Light Fury's back. He's on his A game today, and he's got it won. Light Fury with his ears up. He knows what's going on. He's a gate-to-wire winner and a nice price, too. Very close for second, either Corte Fuego or Honesto. I think it's Hot Take Jake in fourth in 1:39-4. They're off. In line for the Mo Green. They're off. Public Defender away quickly. Her stablemate Indy Bay was away quickly. Moving out the rail, Runaway Diva is put into play early. She doesn't want to get too far back. Out in the center of the racetrack, Flowers for Me as they run out of the chute. It's Indy Bay challenging for control with Runaway Diva along the rail and Flowers for Me out in the center. St. Olaf Rose away in fourth in the green colors, outside fifth in Public Defender. At the rail, it's Fantastic Flame and Riding Pretty is last. Down the backstretch they go. The opening quarter was reasonable, 24-1. They head their way to the final 5 furlongs with Indy Bay using inside position for a narrow lead. Indy Bay is in front, in the middle, Runaway Diva, and outside Flowers for Me. The green colors is St. Olaf Rose with Public Defender for company on the outside. At the rail, it's Fantastic Flame, and still at the back is Riding Pretty. That's the 7 of them as they leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn, 46-2 for a half mile. Camacho moves on Runaway Diva now. She's within a neck of Indy Bay on the top end. Third, Flowers for Me, still in range at an upset price. Fourth in St. Olaf Rose. Public Defender tamely backs away as they race for home. Indy Bay working overtime but responding to the challenge from Runaway Diva. These two a 1/4 mile from home in the Saturday feature. Now Runaway Diva asked to extend her stride again, and this time she takes charge. Back to second is Indy Bay, then down the outside it's Flowers for Me with St. Olaf Rose. Riding Pretty running home a ton. This race is not over as Runaway Diva's got her ears up. She's looking around for competition. She better mind her business or she'll find some more competition as St. Olaf Rose is surged into second. Runaway Diva wins. Runaway Diva by almost 1.5 lengths. Close for second, Indy Bay or St. Olaf Rose in 1:36-4. and runners away. Good start in the center for Homewrecker, heading off for the early advantage, trying to guard that inside spot is Achieve. Getting started on the far outside is Rookie Move. Achieve is not going to get bullied by Cairo Girl as they fan across the course. Achieve, Camacho intent on saving his spot, but now Achieve's fighting with him, so it's a 3-wide move for Rookie Move, and in the middle, it's Homewrecker. Back to fourth goes Cairo Girl, on from fifth and Fruitful, 3 in front of How About Abby, and Cajun Empress is last. 23-2 for the opening quarter. Sammy Stilling having a tussle with Achieve. He's got her backed off a touch now behind the embattled duo of Homewrecker and Rookie Move. Achieve is third. She's following Rookie Move now. Sliding through at the rail was Cairo Girl. Then back to the outside, Fruitful, 2 in front of How About Abby, and Cajun Empress is well back. They went to half at 46-2 after a strong quarter of 23-2. The pace has been for an energetic one here, and now it's a 3-wide sweep from Achieve. She has not been an easy ride, but she's on the bridle, and she's up to take over the lead. From the back, here's How About Abby. How About Abby knifing through horses with Fruitful fanned a bit wide on the course. Homewrecker back for a little bit more inside, and Homewrecker's back for a little bit more than that. She's up to take the lead again. Achieve asked to finish her off. 3 back to How About Abby. There is 16th from home. Achieve is now driven out. Homewrecker has found a good stride, but she's second best behind Achieve. The favorite will deliver. Second was Homewrecker. Third, How About Abby. Fourth was a big price, Cajun Empress, and Fruitful to complete your high five. 127-4.
That's a wrap on the 11-race Saturday card. Back with you for a 9-pack on Sunday. 12:50 first post. We've got 2-year-olds. We've got 3-year-olds. Maiden special weight races. 2 really good ones we hope to see out here at beautiful Gulfstream.